Hello, guys. My name is Desiree. I am the author of Inmate 142980, The Desiree Lee Story. I am also the author and the visionary behind Past the Mustard Seed, Volume 1. It is your faith that moves mountains and not your hands. You guys can visit me for more insight and more ideas at dleeinspires.com. Today I'm excited because I'm introducing the first video, the first free broadcast for my audience on how to write your book within 30 days and to share insight on how I got started and what resources I used to do publish my first two books. And I'm really excited to share this information. Thank you guys so much for joining us. You are here at the Awesome Author Hacks live session broadcast. So let's get started. I just want to take a few minutes to introduce myself, of course, and let's just get right into it because we only have 30 minutes to 45 minutes for me to discuss. My whole mission is to inspire people to start sharing their stories and also to impact those who already started their stories to finish and why you need to finish what you started. The first secret is, Desiree, how did you write your book in 30 to 60 days? When I tell people this, they look at me in amazement, and I'm like, well, you can do it too. It's really simple. I used to have a problem with procrastination, and now my main tagline is procrastination is a sin. It's a sin. How do I get things done when I have this whole to-do list every single day and it seems like I never get anything done on my list? Well, the first thing is prioritize. Of course, we know that. Put what you want to do first, what's more important first. Put that on your task list first. But how did you write the book, though, in 30 days to 30 to 60 days? Well, I committed to myself. I made a commitment to myself to just start an hour a day. Yes, that's the secret. An hour a day. I said I have 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Out of all the things that I have to do, I can at least give myself and commit to myself just an hour a day. So how did I do that? Well, some mornings I took 30 minutes before I had to get my daughter ready for school, and I might type, or once I put her to bed and I had some downtime to just be still and be settled and go over my daily plans, to get on the computer and just write. That's it. And some days, to be honest with you, were more than 1 hour a day. But I said to myself, if I do just an hour a day, then I will accomplish my task and my goal of completing my first book. Now I said, okay, well, where do I start with my story? What do I want to share? What are the rules? Now, I wrote essays before in college. I wrote thesis statements. I wrote papers before. So it wasn't new to me that I didn't know how to write. That's not the question here. It's, what is the rules to writing a book or a novel or autobiography? Guess what, guys? There are no rules. There really isn't. The only rule to really writing a book is make sure your editing is tethered, to make sure everything is coexistent with the rules of grammar and literature etiquette. That's the only rule. There's no rules to how many chapters you need to start. There's no rules of how many pages are in a chapter. There's no rules to how many pages a book has to have. So when I took those limitations away, it was more easier for me to write my story. So it's like, okay, well, Desiree, where do you start? Well, to be honest, there were some things I wanted to share. There's some things that I didn't want to share because I do realize that this is a public publication that everyone will know my life, and I'm the one that wrote it. So I just started from the beginning. Start with your autobiography. Say this is a story about what you went through and how you overcame. So the first thing I said to myself, well, how did I get myself in that mess, or how did I even get to that dark place in the first place? So I started there. How did everything start in my life? The next thing was, as I started writing, things started to come to me. Some things that I suppressed, some memories I suppressed in the past that I thought I initially forgot about, I just started writing. Then the next thing, it just transitioned. I just kept writing. Once you finish writing your first page, your 10 pages, don't focus on so much as the chapter. Just make sure that you have it consistent with the flow, the transitions, so that your reader can understand. There's one tip that someone told me is, when you're reading, there are no pictures in the book. So you have to take the reader there to see what you see in your mind on paper, and you're verbalizing it. So, for instance, in the beginning in chapter 1, when I talk about my experience between my mother and my father, on how good it felt and how whole I felt when I had both my parents interacting in my life. Well, I start off by saying, I remember when my father used to always take me and my younger brother to go get slushies after a day at church. It was really hot in California. It was so hot that the sweat was rolling down my brows, and I asked my father if I could have a napkin to wipe it off. When we went there, I was really excited. My favorite, I couldn't wait, was XYZ. So as you're describing this and using more adjectives with it, you're bringing the reader there at that moment to feel what you felt. And then that's how you will do every chapter. You will go down the list, and that's how you do every chapter. Just make sure that you bring the reader there. So how do you start? Commit to yourself just an hour a day and just write. You have to. You just have to start. When you start, you have to finish what you start. Just an hour a day. How do you write and formulate the chapters? When you start and you have your hour a day and you write and formulate your chapters, just keep in mind to bring the reader there in that moment, in that place that you were there and what you were trying to explain. Verbalize what you visualize, period. Verbalize what you visualize, and it will be an awesome, awesome book. Because from my experience, what I hear from my readers when they come to me after they read my book, Desiree, I relate to you. I remember when I was right there with you. Wow. I feel the same way you felt when your parents got divorced. I felt the same way you felt when XYZ. So bring the reader there, because that's what connects the author to the reader. Okay, so the next part that I would like to discuss with you guys is the benefits of self-publishing. They're so rewarding, trust me. When I first started, I was looking for publishers to pick up my story or my manuscript to produce and publish my book. The truth is, there's different secrets behind it, and I really was giving my life story away in order to recruit some of the finances and get financially beneficial of sharing my story, and I didn't like that feeling at all. What I came across with having someone or a company or a big brand company to publish my book, not only did I have to have a manuscript, but I had to have a marketing plan, and I had to have all these things on the list, but yet they get a big chunk, a percentage of my royalties in actually putting it out there. I didn't like that at all, because I didn't have any money to start, but yet I knew everyone needed to know how did I overcome my most difficult, journey in my life. So I started researching, and I came across some people who've done actual, self-publishing and everything too as well. So I encourage you to self-publish your book. So you're saying, okay, Desiree, how do you self-publish your book? Well, go to my website at dleeinspires.com, click on the Author Hack Pack tab, and on my website, you will see a link to where it will send you to a website to where you can self-publish a book. Keep 70% of your royalties, okay? It takes no money to start. What? Yes, it takes no money to start. What I pay for each book is very slim to none. It's just paying to get copies of my book, and also, of course, shipping. However, I like this because they print on demand. So therefore, I don't have to have stacks and stacks of books. There's no minimum of how many books I want to order. If I only want to order one copy of my book, I can order that. And the awesome thing about this website that I self-published my book and use this services on is that as soon as you publish your book, it automatically goes onto Amazon.com. Yeah, Amazon.com. And this company correlates and partners up with Amazon.com. And then the awesome thing behind that too is that after you upload your book, have your cover, everything that you like about the book, it goes to Amazon.com. So therefore you can market it to your audience and tell them to go to Amazon as well. And then they make this ebook for you. Yes, they take your download, they take all your information, they compact it into an ebook. And guess what? Then it automatically goes on Kindle too. So those are two different avenues or benefits that you have self-publishing. And the awesome part about it is that I control all of my work. I have my copyright. I have ownership of my book. If I want to take it down, I can take it down. There's no minimum to purchasing a book. And then also it's automatically on Amazon.com and also Kindle ebook. Okay, so that's the awesome thing. So please go to my website and visit dleeinspires.com and click on the author pack tab. I'm so excited. I'm so excited about this. Once you start, finish it. So some of you that are watching right now and has signed up to this live broadcast, I want to inspire you that whatever you start, finish it. That's just bottom line. You're saying, okay, Desiree, I already wrote my book. Because there's some of you that are not just beginning to write the story, that you already have a story and you just really don't know the how to get it to your audience, the how to get it published online, the how to get people to see it, and how to generate sales. Well, the truth is someone is depending on you to finish. Like I mentioned before, procrastination is a sin. So I think back, when you read a book, you find insight, you find witty ideas, creative inventions. It sparks your mind when you read on how someone else made it through, and you kind of take the tools that you need out of the book to apply them to what you're going through right now. Well, that's why you have to finish too. Because there's somebody out there that's depending on you to finish. There's someone out there that's depending on you to start an hour a day. There's someone that's out there that needs to hear your story, and they might feel like they're alone. There's someone that's out there that's depending on you to persevere and to keep going. Why? The truth is, the story is really not for you. It's for your audience. And what other better gratification that you can have and you can receive by finishing what you started. So you just have to, because there's someone that's depending on you. Do you remember what it felt like when you were alone and you were searching for answers and nobody was there to help you? Well, wouldn't this be great that now you have the opportunity to share what you know, your insight, to share to others so that they can get their inspiration, their motivation to finish what they started? It would be so great to hear from your readers that, hey, because of you, guess what? I finished. I'm telling you, that's the best feeling in the world, other than finishing my book, I love your book, etc. Is to know that someone, because I finished, that someone is saying that I can do it too. And if I can do it with no money in my pocket, just a computer and just the knowledge that I have in my mind, guess what? You can do it too. So let's revamp. Okay, so the first task is, this first secret is an hour a day. Write on your book, an hour a day. Some days it's going to be more than an hour, but you just have to commit to yourself an hour a day because someone is depending on you. Also, too, there are no rules to writing. So go ahead and take those limitations off because you are limitless. Take those limitations off because you're limitless. There are no rules. There's no rules to how many chapters it has to be, how many pages each chapter has to be. There's no rules on how many pages the whole book has to be. Okay. And also, if you have any questions while we're doing this live hangout, please email your questions to dleeinspires@gmail.com. Also, to the benefits of self-publishing, the greatest benefit is that you own all of your work. Make sure you visit my website to click on that link to go to the resource that I use to publish my book with no money down. The only thing I had to pay for is the book itself and of course, to ship the book. There's no minimum copies that you have to order, and you can order as many as you want to as well. And the benefit of that is I don't have the pressure of having all these books at my home that I have to sell. And the last thing is to start. When you start, make sure you finish. Whatever you start, finish it. Whatever you start, finish it. Okay? What we're going to say is, 1 second, please bear with me. I have somebody sending a question. What I want to say to you while this is coming up too as well, okay, I'm sorry. There's a question for one of our viewers. It says, when having your book on Amazon and Kindle, how does the pay work out for that? That's the first question. And the second question is, would it be the same as you selling a physical copy? To answer the question, the first one is, how does the pay work out for that? Okay. Now, they give 70%, okay, of your royalty of the cost. And I'm just going to go through how it works for me. You have to keep in mind that the company pays and they print it. They bind your book. They print the book. And they ship the book. Okay. So let me start with Amazon.com. Say you go on Amazon.com right now and search for the Desiree Lee story. On there, I set the price. That's the awesome thing about it, too. You set your own price of what you want for your book. The price is set at $9.95. Okay. Now that it's set at $9.95, you have to remember, if you order it right now, you're going to order it for $9.95 plus shipping of what Amazon has on there. The awesome thing about it is that I don't have to take any credit cards, any information. Amazon handles all of that. The only time that I will see somebody purchase my book is once Amazon ships it out, because they verify to make sure the credit card is good, make sure that everything is valid, etc. Out of that $9.95, I only receive $4 in royalties. The other $6 that is spent goes straight to Amazon and their company. Why? Because they print the book, they bind the book, and they ship the book. So I really like that idea because my hands are free. The only thing I had to do was write and finish the book. So with Amazon.com, only get $4 off of each $10 that is sold. Now, also Amazon, if more people are purchasing the book, then they themselves will start to do a little guideline with their prices. So maybe for 3 days, they will say, oh, your book is on sale for $7. Well, I still get the royalty of $4. So regardless if Amazon puts it on sale for $2, I will still get the same royalty for $4. On Kindle, the awesome thing about that is that instead of getting only $4 of the price, on Kindle, I have it there for $4.95 for Kindle download, and I receive $3.25 on a Kindle download. Yes, I'm really excited about that. I also encourage all of my viewers online and social media to do a Kindle download than actually getting a print copy, because of course it takes money to print. But on a Kindle download, the only thing is you're downloading a PDF file through the Kindle bookstore. Also, too, they have a feature on there to where they have a Kindle library. So say one of your audience, they don't want to have the Kindle book themselves. They kind of want to borrow this Kindle book. Well, it's called Kindle Matchbook. And what it does is, say you downloaded the book, then Susan borrows it from you. When you're finished reading the book, you put it back in the Kindle library, and then someone else comes and reads the book, and then they put it back in the Kindle library, and then someone else comes and reads the book. The awesome thing about it is you still get royalties when they get your book from the Kindle Matchbook too as well. So it's like 2 or 3 other avenues through Kindle downloads that I really like, and you still get paid for it. The awesome thing about it is, as far as when I get my royalties, I get it 30 days out. So say I started and I uploaded my Kindle book, or even uploaded my book itself today, and I'm having sales in the next 2 weeks or so, I will not get those royalties until June of next month. This month is May 2015, so I won't get my royalties until the next month. So they do a 30 days in, just like on your paycheck. If you get paid every 2 weeks, you work for 2 weeks, you don't get paid until that following week, so you'll have some income in the hole. So that's the first question, and that's how the payout works for Kindle and Amazon. And you keep all your royalties for the life of the book as long as you have it on there on Amazon. I really, really like it because now I don't have to come out of pocket to print a book and sell it. Okay, so would it be the same as you selling a physical copy? No, it's not going to be the same as selling the physical copy, because they have a set price on how much it costs to actually for you to purchase the book wholesale. So my book online on Amazon.com is $9.95. Okay, how much it costs for me to actually get a physical copy is only $4. It's $3 for the book, of course, $1 and some change for shipping. So when I go on to a speaking engagement, or when I have an event, or even a book signing, I sell my book at $10. Guess what? Now my royalties, my profits is $7. So out of that 10, I already paid myself back for how much the product was, which is $4. And out of that, I just made $6 in royalties off of selling that book. You might ask me, which one is beneficial? Actually buying the book, and actually having a physical copy of it, or to put it on Kindle? The great thing about this company is you can have the best of both worlds. Have it on Kindle, have it on Amazon, and actually having the physical copy is all cost efficient, and it's very, very low cost. And again, there's no minimum amount to how many books you can have. So I suggest that when you go to my website and click on the author hack tab, and you click on that link to go to the resource that I use to self-publish your book, to have it on Kindle, have it a physical copy, have it on Amazon.com, use the service. Trust me, use the service, because it is very, very, very beneficial. What I'm finding out is that I sell more books on my speaking engagement than I do on Amazon and Kindle. Why is that? I had a speaking engagement one time. Well, not an engagement, but I was invited to this event, and I was offered to sell my books at the table. Well, they didn't allow me to actually get on stage because they already had everything set up of what speakers they wanted to use, but I was allowed to have a table. So I said, okay, fine. That's awesome. As long as, I have a table, I have the chance to sell my books and make some income. Now, I sold some books, but I didn't sell that many. And I'm just being completely honest with you. I invited my friends, I did an email blast, I invited people in, plus they had an audience of 200 people or more. I didn't sell that many books. Why? Because I found myself, as the customer comes, oh, this is an awesome book, I want to purchase it. What is it about? I found myself, though I had a line of people explaining my elevator pitch or the synopsis of my book to each person. So now that I'm taking time to explain my book to this one person, everybody that is in line, they're starting to get impatient. They really want the book, but they want to hear the synopsis too. So I found myself repeating over and over and over and over again. And I felt like I was selling more than impacting and then inspire my audience. And I really didn't sell that many at all. But when I had a speaking engagement, and not just a speaking engagement, some of you might just be starting saying, well, how do you get speaking engagements? I will discuss that in upcoming videos to come. But not just at a speaking engagement, but if I had at least 5 to 10 minutes to share with the whole population and then sell my books, I always sell out. I always sell out. So yes, it is beneficial to sell your books on hand and have the physical copy, But I found it, even though I have the physical copy, make sure you at least get 3 to 5 minutes, 10 minutes at the most, to share with the whole population, with the audience, the whole audience at one time, and explain to them what your story is, why you wrote your book. You have to say why. Why am I sharing these author hack sessions with you right now? Because I remember when I started and I couldn't find the answers. Nobody, was like, it was so secretive. Nobody wanted to help me. It wasn't like I wanted somebody to do it for me. I just need to know the how. So that's why I'm sharing this now, why I took it upon myself to share my mistakes and what I've done and what I haven't done and what I wish I could have done or what I would have done better, because I remember what it felt like to start. So when you get your 5 to 10 minutes, make sure you have, time. You tell them what your book is about. Why did you write this book? How did it make you feel? Why is it going to be impactful? Why should I get your book and not this book? I just read a book. Why should I get this? Because my story is to prevent people from going in to making the similar mistakes, encourage those who might be in it, and to show everyone that God can still make a way out of no way. That there is no such thing as limitations and there's no such thing as impossible. Why? All I needed was, it was possible. And so I'm here to tell you that it's possible. So yes, it is beneficial to have the physical copy, but once you have your physical copy, please ask, if you have a manager or assistant or you yourself, please ask to have a few minutes to share your story about it, and then go sell your books, and trust me, you will sell out every single time. Every single time. Make sure you have somebody to escort you from that stage to your table, because what I found out is that people will bombard you because they want to know more. They want to know more. How did you do it? Okay, I heard your story. I heard what you've been through. But how do you do it? Because I'm right there with you right now, Desiree. That's how I feel right now. And so they kind of stop you before you get to your table, and then you have people at your table that are waiting for you, and you never give your customers' impression or making them wait. Connect with your audience. You know how it feels when you're even at Walmart waiting in line just to purchase some soap or purchase some cleaning products or clothes or whatever at Walmart. You know how it feels to wait in line, and you have other things to do, or there's somewhere else you want to meet, or someone who else you want to talk to. So say, please, come with me. Don't want to be rude. You do not want to be rude. Always be kind. And you ask that person to come with you. If you don't have anyone to escort you from the stage or from the podium to your table, have somebody tell them to come with you to the table. Customer service, it's always great. What I found out selling the print copy is that some people who might already know me will kind of cut in line to get their autograph and this and the other, and you can see the expression on the other person behind them. Always apologize for that person. They're the person that just cut. They're just really excited. They want to first dibs on meeting you, want to talk to you, want to get a little bit more before they actually read the book. And sometimes they just want to take a photo with you. But please always keep in mind customer service. Customer service. The reason why you go to Ford and not Saturn is because customer service. The reason why you go to Walmart and not Kroger is customer service. It's the reason why you go to this church and not that church. Customer service, how it makes you feel. So when your audience comes to you and they purchase a book and they ask you to sign, always have that minute, that 30-second, that 45-second of one-on-one. Hello, how are you? Talk to them. What can I help you with? What are you doing with your life? What is it that you want me to inscribe? Connect with that person, because I trust you. You don't know who that person knows, and you don't know who they might send that book to. Quick example, a lady came to me and purchased the book at one of my events. She saw me at the second event and said, I really, really love your book. Can you please sign this book for my friend? I did not know who her friend was, okay? But I signed the book with a smile. Thank you so much for purchasing this book and sewing it into someone else's life. Beyonce knows to me, she sends my book to California. She sends my book to a judge in California. I had no idea. The judge calls me 3 days later and says, hi, yes, my friend purchased your book at one of your events. I really, really love your book. You know, you inspired me to write my book. So, oh my gosh, wow, I'm so glad that I finished what I started, because now it's impacting people in California. Well, this judge says, I love it so much. I'm the juvenile superior court judge here. I want to purchase 100 books from you. Do you not know that's $1,000 for me? But what I'm just saying to you is that one seat, that $110 that this person came because of customer service, because in connecting with my audience, that she enjoyed the presence so much on how she felt, how whole she felt, like she was somebody, and she is somebody, that she sent it on to her friend that's in California. I did not know who her friend was. But it's a good thing that I connected and took that 30 to 45 seconds to connect with my audience. And because she sent it to her friend, the judge in California, I end up selling 100 books. That's 100 times more than that one book that I signed for one of my customers. And she passed it out to all of her friends at the court. She passed it out to the juvenile offenders. And guess what? 4 weeks later, they fly me out to California to do a short tour with the schools, because I helped her with her book. And I gave her the steps. I told her, this is what I'm telling you. Start 1 hour a day. What I told you, there are no rules to writing your book. And the awesome thing about it is that she started on this book 7 years ago. And I was just her accountability partner. I called her once a week for a whole hour to see where she was at, gave her new tips and ideas of what she can use to formulate with her book, and told her step by step and held her hand through the whole process. So, yes, and then I had the opportunity to go to her book signing with all her friends and meet more colleagues. And there she was so genuine enough that I sold out of books there at her book signing too as well. So do you not see how that one interaction of 30 to 45 seconds with that one customer, that one book of just $10, just multiply 100 folds and 100 folds and 100 folds, and I'm still getting inquiries to buy more books so that her friends can share with their juvenile offenders, and also to schools nationwide and the Boys and Girls Club. So yes, make sure you please connect with your audience and give them at least 30 to 45 seconds. Have someone escort you down. Which one is more beneficial? I would say having the books on hand, but yet do not limit yourself just to books on hand. Having it online is beneficial too, because a lot of people download the books. A lot of people just want to order from there and not your website. So now you have so many different avenues to where people can purchase your book. They can purchase it from you at one of your events, which is the great seller. You can say, hey, do a email blast, do a social media blast. I'm going to be at this spot if you need to order your book. Hey, not everybody likes to wait. When they come to you, they want their books now. Okay. The second thing is you have to realize not everybody wants a print book. There's some people that download their books. So Kindle is a great resource to use too as well. Then there's some people that might have been at your event, but they call someone in a neighboring state and say, hey, look, I got this book, and they go on Amazon. The awesome thing about it is that you don't have to market Amazon. Amazon markets itself. So that's the awesome thing about that too. Excuse me. And so why not have all the avenues to selling your book? Now you have it as print, you have it as Amazon, and you have a Kindle download. I'm really excited with you, because as you join in with us, please go to my website, visit me at dleeinspires.com. On there, click on the author hack tab, and you'll find more information on more ways that I can help you succeed. The truth is, people always think that it's difficult to start, but the truth is, it's not difficult to start. I want you guys to finish what you started. That's the secret, to finish what you started and just have an hour a day. So on my website, I do offer the accountability partner. If you need me to motivate you every week, if you need me to kind of brainstorm with you to give you creative ideas, because our books might not be in the same genre. However, I can give you some of my expertise or what avenues to use to market and sell your book to make sure it's a success. Or if you need me to call you to make sure that you're finished, if you're one of those people or one of those authors that just need someone to hold your hand and say, come on, let's do it. You got things to do. You got to finish this book. I'm here to help. You can also go to my website and look at those services too as well. Um, and also too, if you already have a book and you're just looking for ways to sell and make sure that it's successful, you can visit me on my website too. Click on the author hack tab, that author hack pack tab, because I offer download parties as well. It'll be similar to this, where me and also my partner will invite our resources. So we have over 80,000 followers combined. On my Facebook page, I have a little over 55,000 followers and likes. On my Instagram page, I have close to 3,000. Make sure when you're writing that it's on the third page. I'm sorry, I'm not sure if that information was muted, but I will quickly go over that. I was just showing you an example in my book on how you can view on, make sure that you have your chapter starting on third page. Have your first page, page 1, to where you can autograph and sign. I recommend that you at least have space and have 3 taglines that you will write on there. One of them is nothing is impossible, happy reading, you are limitless, amazing things do happen to small people, you are not by yourself, it's only together that we can do what we can't do alone. And those are some of the taglines that I have. So when you're writing, so that you can go, you have somebody taking the orders, you have somebody taking the credit cards and the transactions, so you can write, because that line does get long. Again, like I said mentioned before, I sign out every time, so you don't want to keep your audience waiting in this line for so long. So you always have at least 3 taglines. When you're writing your book, make sure your chapters start on the third page. So page 1 and page 2, I would recommend that you leave that blank so that you can autograph on that. Page 3, you can start with your dedication. On page 4, start with your copyright material on that page. On page 5, you can leave that blank and go all the way to page 7 to start with your introduction or your preface, or just words of inspiration before you start into chapter 1. So each chapter needs to start on a page. If you have any more questions or anything for me, again, please email me at DailyAspires. I will respond. Again, also too, if there's anything that you need me to do specifically to fit your need. I do realize that some people are starting, some people want to finish, are starting to finish. I'm here as your visionary, as your brainstorm. So whatever you need from me, just please email me at dailyaspires@gmail.com. For more author hack sessions, to sign up for the next author hack session, also please visit me on my website at dailyinspires.com and click on the author hacks tab, and there you can sign up on the left side for the next author hack session, or if you need me as accountability partner, if you need me for your cover, for the meat of the material, the fruit of the material, if you need me for marketing, to help you with marketing strategy on the tips that I've used that help me become a bestseller, if you need help with how to turn your book into paid speaking engagements, every single thing, because I remember what it felt like to go through alone. I remember what it felt like when I had no help and nobody helped me along the way. So I'm really excited. Thank you guys all for joining me again. I am author Desiree Lee. The D. Lee Inspires, the Desiree Lee story, and also Past the Mustard Seed. It is your faith that moves mountains, not your hands. You can order and purchase my book. If you want to know more about my story and get inspired, at Amazon.com. Make sure you put in the search box the Desiree Lee story or Past the Mustard Seed. Please follow me on social media. There I give inspirational tips and guides. I do connect with my audience. So follow me at Daily Inspires on Instagram, Google+, also Twitter and Facebook. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel, as I post videos weekly on different author hack sessions. Author hack sessions. So just please subscribe to our YouTube video too as well. So that's it for now. I'm excited. Hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Chat with you soon. Bye-bye.